Well, I want to take a few moments and just share some words with you about God's will and my inadequacy. And I got to tell you, I am an expert in the topic of inadequacy because I have mastered that feeling so much throughout my life. You wouldn't believe it. And I'm not kidding. I mean, most people who know me, at least, in acquaintance level, think I'm just some laughing extrovert, but those who really know me know a lot deeper that I definitely have my own insecurities and my own inadequacies. And just a real quick 2-second story here. When I was first ordained, like 31 years ago, I was asked by the assistant to the bishop back then, Leroy Remmers, to speak to the assembly. So the Synod Assembly, where there is 500, 600 people gathered, and I'm a new pastor. I don't even know what I'm doing. And 31 years later, I still don't know what I'm doing, but back then it was like, well, what can I possibly say to the Synod Assembly that a lot of these cats don't already know? They've been doing this stuff way longer than I have, and they know their members better than I do. What do you possibly want me to say? And yet it was a task before me. And of course, I went and I did it, and I was really, really nervous back in those early days. The pit in my stomach, and with time, all that goes away, and talking in front of people changes, and it's just becomes second nature, and you relax in it. But I felt very inadequate that day. And right now in 2021, I also feel inadequate in this God's call business. And I don't know if you've ever had a feeling like that, where you found yourself in a situation where maybe you were at a gathering or a dinner party or some event where you felt that you were out of your league. I know I have. Or did you ever have a moment in your life when you were asked to do something? Maybe it was bigger than you thought you were capable of, and you felt it was like above your pay grade? I know I have. And I know Moses felt that way too. When Moses was up on the mountain by the burning bush, and God was speaking to him and saying, hey, look, here's the deal, buddy. I want you to go back to Egypt and to Pharaoh and get my people and come back to this mountain. And Moses is like, could you please find somebody else? That's above my pay grade. That's out of my league. I stutter. I don't use good sentences. I'm not very eloquent with my words. Can't you find somebody else to do this? I'm inadequate. And God said, no, you're the one. You're the one. And I got thinking about that just in a reflection tonight for a couple of minutes. When we have feelings of inadequacy, our first reaction is no, right? No, I'm not going to do that. Or, oh, no. You can find somebody way more capable, way more qualified than me. Please find somebody else. And do you notice that in our lesson with Moses, that God's yes is bigger than Moses's no? The Lord didn't care that Moses felt inadequate. What was important to the Lord was Moses' sense of call and obedience and faithfulness to the task at hand. All of us as Christians are privileged. We're privileged in the sense that we have a chance to represent Christ in our lives. And with that comes responsibility, and with that comes character and all of that. And, you talk to a lot of different pastors and people who have the chance to have pulpit, I'll be honest. God giving me the pulpit at First United Lutheran Church is a privilege. I know I don't use the pulpit. I don't mean it literally. It's a figurative image I'm pointing to right now. But it's a privilege. And it's very humbling, truth be told, to be able to talk to God's people about God's will, even if I feel inadequate doing it. And I know that there's moments in our lives when we are presented with a situation, no matter what our vocation is, no matter what our occupation is, no matter what our age is or our gender, we all have moments in our lives where we are presented with something that maybe God is setting before us and that God is calling us to and that we're capable of. And God is calling us to that moment. And at the end, Moses trusted. I'm sure if we were to talk to Moses, he would say he's not a hero. He had some big moments, right? I mean, he came down the river in the basket and was found. Remember, he had like his own little portable baby-sized Noah's Ark going on down the river before he was found. He had the moments of, the burning bush. He had the moments of the tablets and the 10 Commandments. He had the moments of parting the Red Sea. You'd think he would be a biblical hero that we would all be like, oh, Moses, you're the man. And Moses would probably say, no, I'm not really that good. It's all God. It's all God. And that's just it. And I guess that's my point for today, is that when we are feeling those moments of inadequacy, when we feel that we don't measure up and that something is out of our league and that's above our pay grade in our abilities and what we're capable of, it's God's call. And I encourage you to respond the way that Moses did. Even in the midst of all the insecure, inadequate feelings within each of us, to be that faithful servant in this time and in this place as we burn the light of Christ. Amen.